Many people, when they start training, either at the gym or outside or anywhere else, they don't know how to approach it, and they will just follow a routine that they will see on the internet, oftentimes thinking that it may be a good option for them. And maybe it is. But at the same time, I want to talk about what are some important elements when you start training and what you have to look out for in order to make it as efficient and safe as possible for you. And this doesn't only apply to people who just started training. It also applies for people who have been training for some time, but maybe they lost it somewhere, or perhaps they keep getting injured when it comes to the training. Just like everything else, when you start doing something new, you have to start learning the skills properly. Whatever exercises you're doing or you're given at the gym that you are training at, you have to learn how to perform them correctly. And this is very important because it can cause injuries, and setting the correct base from the beginning can save you a lot of trouble. You don't want to be flirting with injuries throughout your fitness journey. Learn how to perform each exercise a little bit slower than what you're seeing in general, because this will allow you to learn the movement properly and to know exactly what to do at each part of the motion. This can be an easier task to be accomplished with machines because it's always the fixed motion. So you take your position, and from there you just perform the motion as the machine is indicating. It can be a little bit more difficult with free weights such as a barbell squat or maybe a barbell bench press or a deadlift, but you can slowly learn how to do this as well. You can also ask a trainer to help you, and hopefully they will show you the correct way. If you know how to do the movement correctly, that means that you can also perform it faster if you choose to later on. So how many exercises do you choose in order to have an effective training split? In the beginning, you can just choose a few compound exercises, and I can give you a quick template right now that you can use for a couple of months that you're training before adding any kind of extra isolating exercises, which you are also free to add from the beginning. If you want to practice a few movements in the beginning first before trying to do something as extra, this can be a template for you in order to start training. First exercise, you can have something like a squat or a leg press, and this can be either a barbell squat or a squat on a Smith machine, on a hack squat, many options for you to choose from, or some kind of leg press if you prefer to be lying down when it comes to performing some kind of exercise for your quadriceps and your glutes. Exercise number 2, a lat pull down. This will be one of the exercises to train your back, and it is not that difficult to learn, considering that most lat pull downs are either a machine or a cable that you pull. It will be a little bit more simple to learn this exercise because there is not too much movement. Your upper body is relatively stable, so all you have to do is to move your shoulders and keep your body still, and you will effectively train your back this way. An alternative to this is a pull-up, but I can understand that not every beginner is in a position to perform a pull-up properly yet. So a lat pull down is a perfect place to start. Exercise number 3, you can have some type of chest press or some type of bench press, either with dumbbells, either with a barbell, either with a Smith machine. That's up to you, but choose one and make sure you learn how to perform it properly. Do not change too many exercises in the beginning of your fitness journey. Make sure that the ones that you choose, you learn how to perform them correctly, and I'm pretty sure that afterwards, when you do a similar motion, you will be able to understand the mechanics behind that, and you will be able to learn it faster as opposed to changing exercise all the time in the beginning. Exercise number 4, you can have some type of row, either a chest supported row, which I think will be your easiest option when it comes to learning how to do a row properly, because the stability that a chest supported row offers you might be the best case scenario when it comes to performing a row. And again, the only thing moving when it comes to that exercise will be your shoulders. In case you don't have a chest supported row, you can also do a dumbbell one. Barbells, like we said before, many options. Choose one and make sure you learn it properly. Up next, a shoulder press, and I believe we have 5 exercises at the moment, and we can also add something extra to train the hamstrings, some type of deadlift, some type of hyperextension. If you do have some type of deadlift or hyperextension, you will also get some extra glute work. And now we are at 6 exercises. You can actually repeat this twice a week or 3 times a week, depending on your recovery abilities and how much effort you put on these exercises in each training session. I will say around 1 2 sets. Maybe 2 sets can be good on that occasion in order to practice the motions on a higher frequency, which perhaps will assist in order to learn the skill a little bit faster. Just to recap, you can have a full body routine 2 to 3 times a week, 6 compound exercises, and you can also add 1 or 2 isolation exercises if you want for your arms or maybe for your shoulders. Simple movements that are relatively easy to learn, such as some type of biceps curl or a triceps push down, a leg extension. You can add some calf raises. But in general, with these 6 exercises that I mentioned in the beginning, you will be covering most of the muscle groups that you need to train. Now, when it comes to how much effort you put on your exercises, when you are a beginner and you just started training, take it easy at first. Focus on the technique. Do not train to the point where you cannot perform more repetitions. I would suggest you train to a moderate hard level, maybe 2 to 3 repetitions shy of failure. And then after some weeks or a month or how long it takes you to learn proper technique, start training harder and harder. And this will make sure that you transition to that as smoothly as possible. Again, this is just a suggestion, but I'm pretty sure if you do this right, you're off to a good start. So number 1, learn how to perform the exercises properly, slowly, in order to avoid injuries and to set a correct base for your fitness journey. Number 2, choose a few exercises in the beginning and repeat them over time. Do not overwhelm yourself with too many things. And number 3, ease into it when it comes to the intensity of effort. Do these 3 things when you are a beginner and you just started training. Make sure you ask questions in order to learn and to be more certain that you are on the correct path. And I will see you in the next one.